Good early afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Macomb High School, the hangar, as the Illinois High School Association postseason kicks off this afternoon. An early afternoon tip-off between the Macomb High Bombers and the Knoxville Blue Bullets in IHSA Class 2A regional competition here this afternoon. From here on out, a loss means you're done for the year. A win means you get to play at least one more day. These two teams played last week at the original hangar over at the Washington Street Gym, where the Bombers picked up a 16-point victory as they pulled away late. We'll see what happens here today. Again, this is the opening round of the Class 2A regionals between the Knoxville Blue Bullets and the Macomb High Bombers. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to Macomb High School as we get ready to go for the starting lineups, and we'll let Jake Croxton bring those to you.
Starting lineups at one guard for Knoxville, junior number 5, Matty Orr. At guard for Macomb, applying for junior number 1, Kylie Robinson. At guard for Knoxville, a 5'8" junior, number 15, Lexi Harshbarger. And at guard for Macomb, a 5'6" junior, number 5, Kate Stortson. And at third guard for Blue Bullets, a 5'5" sophomore, number 34, Natalie Harshbarger. And at third guard for the Bombers, a 5'9" junior, number 10, Drew Creasy. And forward for Knoxville, a 5'7" freshman, number 40, Carson Calvin. And in the fourth guard for Macomb, a 5'3" senior, number 12, Haley Henry. In the middle for the Blue Bullets, a 5'9" junior, number 22, Madison Hilgenberg. And in the middle of the Bombers, a 5'11" junior, number 32, Madeline McClure. Dean Axel heads up the Blue Bullet bench, assisted by Megan Axel. Jackson King, the Bombers head coach, assisted by Abby Schaefer and John Connell. Your quarterfinal officials are Brian Daniel, Doug Evans, and Dave Schaefer.
And there you have it, the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest here at Macomb High School, IHSA Class 2A Regional Quarterfinal. The winner of this game gets the chance to play Canton, the number 2 seed right here at Macomb, on Monday evening at 6 p.m., and the jump ball goes to the Bombers. And we are underway here. Again, win, you get to keep playing. Lose, and your season is over, and Haley Emmerich misses the shot there, but Stortson got the rebound. Then she was blocked, and Hilgenberg's going to take it back the other way for the Blue Bullets. And a foul is going to be called on Kylie Robinson right off the back. Her first, team's first. Bombers have their first foul of the game with 7:34 to go in quarter number 1. Just underway here at Macomb High School as Hilgenberg gets it on the inbound. Lexi Harshbarger now on the dribble with Creasy on her. Now it goes to Natalie Harshbarger. That was Emmerich. She got picked off. It switched by Creasy. Now into the corner, Stortson on the defense. Down low goes to Calvin, and Stortson's going to reach in and get the foul call. And she reached in clean, but it did look like she got some arm on the follow through. It'll be Stortson's first, team's second. Hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We'd love to see that in the live chat. A jump ball is going to be called possession to Knoxville. Possession arrow will move to the Macomb side of things now as we work through quarter number 1. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Already had a jump ball and 2 fouls by the Bombers. Left side, Addie Orr for 3. It's off, no good. Long rebound by Cowman. Going to go back to Lexi Harshbarger. She puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Gets her own rebound. Gets it out to Orr. Orr's going to put the shot up. It's off, no good. Rebound to the Bombers and Madeline McClure. Drew Creasy puts up the 3. Gets the tingles the twine on the wrong side. It's out of bounds. Knoxville basketball, 6:49 remaining in the first quarter. Full court press by the Bombers, trying to use the speed against the size of Knoxville. There's a shot by Lexi Harshbarger off no good. Orr had the rebound, and she loses it out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Bombers. Hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports once again, the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Down to Kylie Robinson, out to Creasy, now to Emmerich. She's going to try another jumper. It's off, no good. Lexi Harshbarger with the rebound for the Blue Bullets, and she pushes it back the other way. No score yet here in the first quarter. Addie Orr gets called for the travel. So we will move it back this way as I'm setting at the end that the Bombers are coming to at the moment. It's the Knoxville end of the floor as far as the bench goes. Robinson kicks out to Emmerich. Stortson for 3. Nails it, a sports corner 3 for Kate Stortson. And the Bombers have the lead early in this one. And they're going to call Creasy for a block. Calling it very touchy on the outside. Third Bombers foul already. 1, 5, and 10 each have a foul for the Bombers. That was Drew Creasy picking up that one. Kylie Robinson now guarding Lexi Harshbarger. Harshbarger skips it back across to Natalie Harshbarger. Now Cowman with it. Knoxville played well early in the game last week, and there's a bucket on a pick and roll for Hilgenberg as she gets the first 2 for the Blue Bullets, cuts the lead to 1 at 3-2. McClure dumps it down corner. Stortson, 3, off no good. McClure had the rebound. It was tipped away by Natalie Harshbarger. Got to the hands of Addie Orr. Now it ends up in the hands of Lexi Harshbarger. She pushes it back the other way. Hilgenberg now as they approach the 5-minute mark. 3 on the way. Well long. That was by Natalie Harshbarger. Rebound ultimately by Stortson, and back the other way it comes. Hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. That's both for the Bombers and the Knoxville fans that might be watching. Stortson nearly traveled. Now foul's going to be called on Lexi Harshbarger. It'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. If you would be so kind, share the stream. Let your friends and family know where they can watch today's game. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you get the chance. Harshbarger of the Lexi variety gets her first foul at that last dead ball. Approaching halfway here in quarter number 1, and that's a double dribble. McClure didn't dribble in the sense that she was trying to go somewhere. She dribbled in the sense that she was trying to catch the ball. Then she gathered it back up and then tried to dribble again, and that is a no-no. 4:20 to go. And an overshot of Natalie Harshbarger goes out of bounds. It'll be Bomber basketball up by 1 on the strength of a Kate Stortson three-pointer. Not a lot of scoring early in this one. Stortson going to try and drive. Up top, Creasy. 4 minutes remaining. Stortson another look at a 3. It was short. Rebounded by Hilgenberg. Orr with it. A little push off there. Cowman. Lexi Harshbarger now 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. And another rocket pass for Natalie Harshbarger was too high and too hard as Hilgenberg threw it out of bounds. Kennedy Allensworth checking in for the Bombers for the first time. She had a big game against Knoxville. She replaces Madeline McClure. That was 1 week ago when Kennedy Allensworth played very well. They go right back to her in the high post and kicks it out to Stordson. Creasy over to Emmerich. Back to Allensworth, down baseline. Stordson short. Allensworth the rebound. That's what she did a lot of last week. And another rebound for Kylie Robinson. Gives the Bombers a 3-point lead again. And a steal, Emmerich. And a foul is going to be called on Carson Cowman. Her first, team second. 5-2 the score, 3:06 remaining. Sophie Wilson checks in. Kate Stordson checks out for the Bombers. Emmerich with it. So we approach the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes remain here in quarter number 1. Shot off, no good. Rebound to Cowman. Lexi Harshbarger skips it over to Addie Orr. Creasy swiped it away, but swiped it out of bounds. Tuthill is going to check in for the first time for the Blue Bullets. Lainey Tuthill, number 33. She'll replace Carson Cowman. Lainey Tuthill is a junior. Carson Cowman a freshman. 3 on the way, well long. Rebound by Helgenberg right over the top of Wilson. Second shot off, no good by Orr. That's knocked out of bounds by Drew Creasy again. It'll stay with the Blue Bullets. Checking in for the Blue Bullets. Going to be number 23, Emerson Rask, checking in. Rask is a freshman as well. Some freshmen playing a lot of key minutes for Knoxville this year. As from the corner, the shot off, no good. And that time, Hilgenberg went to the well one too many times. She's going to get called for the body, going over the top of a Bomber defender and a chance to get a rebound. Hilgenberg picks up her first. Both teams have 3 players with 1 foul apiece here in quarter number 1. Robinson shot hard off the glass, no good. Rebound by Rask, and it goes back the other way. That's nearly lost by Lexi Harshbarger. Now it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to Macomb. Knoxville will gain the possession arrow after the inbound. Turnover, back the other way it goes. That's Lexi Harshbarger with it. Now to Tuthill. Lexi Harshbarger lost a shoe and missed the shot. Wilson goes down at corner. Creasy, nice little pump fake. She goes to the rack and it sticks in the back, between the backboard and the rim. Foul's going to be called, I believe, on Tuthill. We'll see here. It is on Tuthill. Lainey Tuthill picks up her first foul, team's 4th. 2 free throws coming for Drew Creasy as they get the ball knocked out. I was waiting for one of the cheerleaders to come lift one of the other cheerleaders up there to knock it out. They did not do it. 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. Drew Creasy shooting the first of 2 free throws here. Her team is up by 3. Missed the first.
In the Bomber lineup, number 4, Jordan Hines.
Jordan Hines checking into the Bomber lineup. Second one is good. Bombers lead by 4. Lexi Harshbarger. And nearly another steal. Creasy's going to pick up the foul, though. Creasy will get her second. Team's 4th. Both teams have 4 fouls with 1:18 remaining. Stordson checks in to replace Creasy just that quickly. It'll be Blue Bullet basketball near half court. Rask trying to get it inbound. She does finally to Hilgenberg. Now to Lexi Harshbarger, and nearly a travel, but kept her feet still long enough to get rid of it. 107 remaining. Orr has Stortzum all over there. Robinson steals it away, but steps on the sideline trying to keep the ball in bounds. It'll be Blue Bullet basketball with 1:01 remaining here in the first quarter. Lexi Harshbarger dribbles to the corner and stops. The ball's tipped. And Kate Stortzum was coming to get it. It's going to be a foul on Blue Bullets. It's going to be on Lainey Tuthill. Her second. Team's fifth at the free throw line, shooting a couple free throws. Kate Stortzum shooting 2 free throws. Bombers are 1 for 2 currently. Make it 2 for 3 as Kate Stortzum gets her 4th point. Rask checks out. Harshbarger checks in of the Natalie variety. Second one good as well. 3 of 4 from the free throw line are the Bombers. They extend their lead to 8-2. Trapped in the corner. Orr tried to throw it off Hines and missed. Hines did it. Ole, 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 ole. It's gonna be Bomber basketball. She hopped up, did the splits, little cheerleader kind of move right there. That ball's tipped. And then if Hines would have let it go and then grabbed it, she'd have been okay. She tried to stop it, and it ended up being an over and back because she couldn't hold her momentum. 38 seconds remaining. Once again, hop in that live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Natalie Harshbarger, nice little crossover in front of Sophie Wilson. Dumps it to the corner. Orr for 3. Nailed it. And I think Jordan Hines is going to get a foul away from the basketball. Maybe, we'll see. No, Tuthill is going to pick up her 3rd foul. Orr gets the 3, but then at the other end, Bombers are going to walk down and shoot free throws. It's 8-5. Kennedy Allensworth a couple free throws here. She wears number 3. She was one of 2 seniors. I do believe, I'm having some questions on that now. She was a senior, that's right. Missed the first one, did Allensworth. Second one is good. Haley Emmerich replaces Kylie Robinson. Is going to get a 27.6 second longer break at the end of the quarter here. Inbounded to Lexi Harshbarger. Now it's going to be Natalie Harshbarger. Has it tipped away. Onto the floor it goes. It's picked up by by Wilson. She gives it to Stortzum. And it's going to go off of Emmerich, they said, out of bounds. And it'll be Blue Bullets basketball again. Hines is doing a great job for the Bombers up at the point of this press. Her quickness is causing some problems. Now Stortzum gets the steal. To Emmerich. To Stortzum. Foul on Hilgenberg. And Stortzum will be at the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Madison Hilgenberg. Her second. At the free throw line shooting 2 is going to be Kate Stortzum. She's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Bombers extend their lead back to 5. Second one good as well. 4 for 4 from the free throw line for Kate Stortzum. And the Bombers lead by 6. Natalie Harshbarger can't control the pass or can't get to it. Out of bounds it goes. And the Bombers have a chance to build on it with 9.6 seconds left. Aaliyah Abernathy checks into the game for the Bombers. Gives it to Sophie Wilson. Wilson on the dribble. 5 seconds remaining. Double screen up top. Going to go into Kennedy Allensworth. She puts a shot up off, no good. Puts it back up and count it. Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. 99% of the time they get that right. I do not agree with that one. That ball was up on a glass before the whistle blew or the horn blew. Nonetheless, we'll take a break. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after a word from one of our sponsors.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives. taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back to Macomb High School, the end of the first quarter of play. It's 11-5 Bombers with the lead. We'll move to the second quarter. Knoxville will start with the basketball. 11-5 is the score. 2 points for Kylie Robinson. Kate Stortzum has 7 points to lead all scorers. 1 point for Drew Creasy, 1 point for Kennedy Allensworth. 3 points for Addie Orr, 2 points for Madison Hilgenberg. That's the 5 points that the Blue Bullets have. Orr's going to try another three. It looks good. It's just off a smidge. Rebound to Lexi Harshbarger, who got knocked down. No foul called. Some of the fans behind me less than impressed with the no call, and I would have to agree, although couldn't tell for sure if she got ran into by her own player or a Bomber player. I thought it was a Bomber player, but maybe it wasn't. An overpass from Hines looking for Emmerich, and Emmerich kind of turned and smiled and said, hey, Jordan, I'm a little shorter than you. Can't throw it quite so high. Turnover, 7:37 to go in quarter number 2. As now it's a jump ball. Possession will go to the Bombers. Already been 3 jump balls in this one. And what was funny is the first 2 happened in the first minute or so, I believe, of the first quarter. Then we got one here in the first minute of the second quarter. Kylie Robinson finally gets it over to Sophie Wilson. Down low, Emmerich. Down to Wilson. Back to Emmerich. 7:15 remaining in this first half. Zone defense here for as Emmerich's going to drive. She left it long. And another jump ball. This time it'll be Knoxville basketball. And another, both tie-ups here have been in the first minute again. Macomb will get the possession arrow. The Bombers' press has been very good with Jordan Hines at the point. Working to get it across. Trouble, knocked away. Knocked away again. Hines is going to come up with a great little touch pass for Allensworth, and Hines gets the bucket. Jordan Hines gets her first 2. Lexi Ashcraft's going to go up top to Natalie Harshbarger. Lexi Harshbarger, excuse me. And a foul is going to be called on the Bombers. Going to be on number 3, Sophie Wilson. Her first, team's first of the quarter. Madeline McClure back in for the Bombers as they go a little bigger. We got 3 bigger players on the court now. Hilgenberg's going to go to the rack. She throws up a little baby hook, and it goes. Hilgenberg's got her second bucket. It's 13-7, back to a 6-point lead. Wilson with it, 6:15 to go. Hines had to look, couldn't hold on to the basketball. Dumps it across to Allensworth, who gets another 2. Kennedy Allensworth, her first bucket from the field, actually. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Now a steal by Allensworth. She's going to go to the rack. It's blocked. Hines got a hand on it. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. That's going to go to the Bombers. What? Yeah, it's Bombers basketball. I thought that they were going to take it down there. Allensworth, 5:45. Hines. This is a lineup that I have not seen the Lady Bombers play a whole lot, with Allensworth, McClure, and Hines on the floor at the same time. Timeout on the floor charged to the Bombers. It's a 30-second timeout. It's their first timeout of the game. It's 15-7. Bombers lead by 8. So the Bombers throwing a little wrinkle maybe at the Blue Bullets. The Blue Bullets were not expecting as they go a little bigger, and it seems to be causing problems, especially when it comes to the defensive pressure on the full court press by the Bombers. The Knoxville Blue Bullets have not gotten a lot of good looks here in the last, 2 or 3, 4 minutes of basketball, because they have just not been able to get the ball effectively across half court. The Bombers have been pressuring, and it has been a problem. Sophie Wilson inbound for Macomb. Kylie Robinson, Kennedy Allensworth, Madeline McClure, Jordan Hines, and Sophie Wilson on the floor for the Bombers. McClure's going to drive. The lefty shot up and in for Madeline McClure. She gets her first bucket of the day. Three on the way by Orr. Bounced way up in the air and came down for the three. Addie Orr gets her second three. It's a 17-point game, 7-point game, 17-10. McClure has it stripped away by Addie Orr. And Knoxville much more success when they can keep the Bombers off the full court pressure. Orr's going to try it again. That one bounces up and bounces in. Addie Orr hits her third three, and she is shooting like she's shooting on her home gym. That thing is bouncing all over the place and going through. She has got the touch. The rims like her today. Sophie Wilson tries to respond. It's hard off the glass. Tipped by Allensworth to Wilson. Over to Hines. Down to Robinson now. 4:23 to go in the basketball game. 17-13. Now it's going to be a steal by Lexi Harshbarger. And Sophie Wilson is going to pick up a foul, I think. It might be on Hines. Jordan Hines picks up her first. Team's second foul of the quarter. Kate Stortzum checks in. It's going to be a timeout from Knoxville. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Welcome back to Macomb High School, the hangar. As the Bombers and the Blue Bullets doing battle at 17-13. It was 17-7. A 6-0 run now for the Blue Bullets off the shooting of Addie Orr, who has got two of the best bounces I think I've seen all season on her last two threes. Down low, shot by Natalie Harshbarger, off no good. Rebound to Kylie Robinson, who pushes it up the far side. Hesitation, crossover to Sophie Wilson. Tried to get it to McClure. It's tipped out of bounds by Lexi Harshbarger. Emmerich checks in. Haley Emmerich checks in. It's going to be Sophie Wilson checking out. Kate Stortzum will inbound the basketball with 4:03 to go in the first half for the Bombers. There's a little. Now Robinson kicks it out. Stortzum. Pump fake. 16-foot jumper off, no good. Emmerich with the rebound amongst the trees. Robinson for three, top of the key. It's hard off front iron, no good. Lexi Harshbarger with the rebound. And a traveling called. Well, that's Drew Watson maybe over there. Dion Doyle. Hunter Kendrick maybe in the front row. Hobson, I think, is over there as well, possibly. Right up in the official's ear there, trying to tell him he did a great job on that traveling call. 3:30 to go. Emmerich had a look at a three, he didn't take it. 3:25. Allensworth shot, it would have fallen, but a 3-second violation called prior to the shot. 3:22 to go, it's Knoxville basketball, still trailing the Bombers by 4, but they are in the midst of a 6-0 run. Lexi Harshbarger is going to give it to Hilgenberg. Back to Harshbarger, and with 3:15 to go. Yeah, that's an offensive foul. Carson Cowman got up to try to set a pick, and Addie Orr didn't wait for her. And that'll be her second. Team's first of the quarter. Oddly enough, Knoxville didn't get any fouls till late in the first quarter, but ended up putting the Bombers into the bonus. A sports corner three for Kylie Robinson. She's got 5 points now, and the Bomber lead back up to 7. Down low in a hurry, and then a foul is going to be called. I think that's going to be on Stortsom. If it is, it's her third. Kate Stortsom. No, it's her second. Creasy had 2 earlier, my bad. That's the third foul on the team, or at the free throw line. Didn't need the nice bounce that time. The free throw slaps right through the twine. And Knoxville cuts the lead by 1. Sophie Wilson checks in. Kate Stortsom takes a seat. 2:51 to go in the first half. 20-14 is the score. Addie Orr a chance to make it a 5-point game. Can't do it there. And then McClure and Robinson fight for the basketball, and they lose it out of bounds. It'll be Blue Bullets basketball. A chance to cut it to 4 or 3 here. Up top to Cowman. 2:48 remaining. Lexi Harshberger. 3 on the way. Good for Lexi Harshberger. .230 to go. Kylie Robinson tried to answer. She could not. Natalie Harshberger came down with the rebound. Lexi Harshberger is going to take a chance to tie if they hit another 3 here for Knoxville. They were down by as many as 10. A one-possession game. Orr is going to lose it. She had it blocked. I think she was trying to shoot it. It was blocked, possibly by Allensworth. Emmerich came up with it. Sophie Wilson, who's back in the game, has it. She's going to go to Kennedy Allensworth. Now over to Robinson. Skips it across to Wilson. Now Emmerich, another baseline jumper. That one's off, no good. She is just a smidge off on her jump shot today, and she has not gotten one to fall. 3 on the way for Orr. It's off, no good. Cowman with the long rebound. 1:40 remaining in the first half. Down low. Up top, Carson. It's Carson Cowman, honestly. Lexi Harshberger pump fakes, drives, foul. She got Robinson up in the air, and Kennedy Allensworth, I believe, is going to pick up the foul. 2 free throws coming for Knoxville. It is on Kennedy Allensworth, her first, team's 4th. At the free throw line, shooting a couple free throws is Lexi Harshberger. First one is no good. Aaliyah Abernathy back in the Bombers lineup. She replaces Madeline McClure. Second free throw, good. It's a 2-point game, 20-18. Abernathy has it, comes down to Robinson. Her shot is no good. Jump ball as both players go falling to the floor. Natalie Harshberger and Abernathy go tumbling to the floor. Jump ball called, Bomber basketball. Knoxville will have it with 1:10 to go. Next time there's a jump ball to be Knoxville basketball. Into Abernathy. Oh, that looked awfully clean. They're going to call Addie Orr for the foul, and holy moly, it might have looked like a foul from behind, but it sure didn't look like a foul from where I was sitting, and I had a pretty good angle on it. Abernathy, a couple free throws. First one, off back iron, no good, and is Will Smith, who calls games for us and works at Western Hall. He's got a busy day today. Likes to say the ball doesn't lie, and she missed that one. We'll see what happens here. Second one off, no good as well, as Aaliyah Abernathy misses 2 free throws. Chance to tie or take a lead here. 1 minute remaining. Lexi Harshberger throws it away. Allensworth is there again. Allensworth just matches up well against this team. She plays very well. Emmerich for 3, no good. 45 seconds left. So Lexi Harshbarger with the basketball, picked up by Kylie Robinson. And now they're going to come together. Who are they going to call that on? I think they're going to call it on Emmerich. That's 2 players going for the basketball. I guess it has to be a foul on somebody, but holy smokes. Both of them collided at the ball. It wasn't like Emmerich ran through her. They both collided at the basketball. And Natalie Harshbarger is going to shoot 2 free throws, a chance to tie it from the free throw line with 30.4 seconds to go. First one good. It's a 1-point game. Anita Hill in. Second one off, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds by Cowman. It'll be Bomber basketball with 30 seconds exactly on the clock and a 1-point lead. Both teams have used 1 timeout. The Blue Bullets are in the bonus. Wilson to Emmerich, 20 seconds remaining. Back to Wilson. Now to Robinson. Wilson. Down the corner, Abernathy. She'll try a 3. It's short, no good. Rebound to Wilson. She's going to put the left-handed layup up, and Emmerich is going to go over the top of Cowman. Cowman will get a couple free throws. Haley Emmerich picks up her second foul, and with 4.1 seconds left, Carson Cowman, the freshman for the Blue Bullets, a chance to give her team a lead from the free throw line. First one is no good. Jordan Hines back in. Haley Emmerich takes a seat for the Bombers. Second one is no good either. Allensworth with the rebound. She puts the shot up. It's off, no good, and that's how the first half will come to an end. The Bombers lead 20-19, but it was 17-7 at one time. It is a 12-3 run to end the half for the Knoxville Blue Bullets. And we've got a good one brewing here for Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You're watching coverage of the IHSA Class 2A Regional Quarterfinal. We'll hear a word from McDonough District Hospital, our title sponsor, and we'll be back with the second half.
Welcome once again, as we're happy to bring to you. As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So Physician and Provider Recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff
Sure.
like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a fourth generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a fourth generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like, the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago, and here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community, and I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb, and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of two, you might be one of one. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. Had some halftime visiting. Wanted to tell Dawn thanks for coming by and saying hi. Haven't seen her for a long time, it seems like, but we're here for basketball, so let's talk about that. Kylie Robinson just 5 points at the half. 7 points for Kate Stortzum. 1 point for Drew Creasy. 2 points for Madeline McClure. 2 points for Jordan Hines. 2 points for, or make that 3 points for Kennedy Allensworth. No points for the Aaliyah Abernathy, who missed 2 free throws. 10 points for Addie Orr to lead all scorers. Second shot. Natalie Hilgenberg, Madison Hilgenberg gets the bucket. And it's a lead for the first time for Knoxville. 21-20. Hilgenberg now has 6. Lexi Harshbarger has. Haley Emmerich gets the bucket, her first bucket. And transition blocked by Kylie Robinson, who grabs it as well and goes back the other way. Robinson to the rack, and a little English gets it to fall. And the Bombers take a 3-point lead on a 4-0 run. And a travel called on Hilgenberg. Possession back to the Bombers. Bombers will inbound underneath their own basket. Kate Stortzum with it to inbound. They come to Creasy. Her jumper wide right. Jump ball, possession to the Bombers. Emmerich going to try another baseline jumper. That one's off, no good. Hilgenberg with the rebound. Don Hammond and Kara stopping and talking to me as I was kind of interrupted earlier. I want to thank them for saying hi. It was awesome to see Dawn. I used to hang out with her a lot in the college days. It seemed like so long ago. That's because I'm old. Lexi Harshbarger with it. 6:25 remaining. That ball goes out of bounds, and man, I thought sure that was off Creasy, but it's called Bomber basketball. That steal by Lexi Harshbarger. And a foul is going to be called on Kylie Robinson. That'll be her second, team's first. Lexi Harshbarger hits the first. She is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. 2-point game. Second one good as well. 3 for 4 from the free throw line is Lexi Harshbarger. She has 6 points. Trying to get it, forcing it to Robinson. It's stolen away by Orr. Hogenberg gives it to Kalman. That's going to be on Lexi Harshbarger, an offensive foul on an illegal pick. It'll be her second, team's first. We have a good one here, folks. Maybe better than a lot of people thought. 24-23, Bombers with the lead, but just barely. Haley Emmerich. Now it's Creasy for 3, top of the key. She nails a sports corner 3 for Drew Creasy. Her first field goal of the game. She's got 4 points. The Bombers extended to a 4-point game. Kalman with it. Wonder if anybody at the sports corner is watching this one today. A lot of Western basketball going on as they were on ESPNU this morning with the men's game. Women's game starts in about 12 minutes at 2 o'clock as they honor Women in Sports Day today. And Stortzum knocks that one out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Bullets. 4:45 to go as Lexi Harshbarger was trying to get the ball to get to the ball to inbound, and Kalman almost ran over her trying to get to her spot. There's a little collision there, but everything's almost well that ends well. 4:38 to go. Hilgenberg gives it to Natalie Harshbarger. Once again, hop in the live chat. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Foul is going to be called on Haley Emmerich. That'll be her third. Team second. Foul was on the floor, I think. Oh, no, it wasn't. That's being pretty generous, saying she was shooting that from there. But 4:26 to go. First free throw by Lexi Harshbarger is good. She has hit 4 in a row. She's 4 of 5. Jordan Hines is going to replace Haley Emmerich, who takes a seat with 3 fouls. Tuthill for the Blue Bullets and Emmerich for the Bombers each have 3. Nobody else has more than 2. But there are a couple Bombers that have 2 fouls, 3 of them actually. Robinson, Stortzum, and Creasy all have 2 fouls. Stortzum has it. Courtney and traveling violation called on Hines. It'll be possession to the Blue Bullets, down by 3. Let's say hi to Courtney and Allie Belger, watching from Egypt and cheering on Kylie and Drew. That ball, a pass intended for Stortzum, was a little low. Stortzum couldn't gather it back in. It goes out of bounds. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Not a lot of scoring yet. Scoring has picked up in both quarters. And a good job from behind by Drew Creasy to slap that away, and it went off. That's a good call. The Knoxville bench is not happy, but I think that was a good call. She slapped it back at Harshbarger, and it went off her leg out of bounds. That's Robinson trying to get it to Allensworth, and her pass stolen away. 3:28 to go. Natalie Harshbarger, Orr for 3. She is feeling it today. Now Addie Orr has 4 3-pointers and a timeout on the floor. The Bombers take a full timeout. We're tied at 27 with 3:17 to go in quarter number 3. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Courtney and Allie. Well, I don't know if it's the best, but I greatly appreciate the kind words, and we're glad that you're able to go back and watch them on playback. That's the cool thing about the way we're able to do it, thanks to our great sponsors who bring all these contests to us. We're able to do these games free on YouTube, which allows people from around the country and around the world, for that matter, to come back and watch our games live for free the next day. So we're glad that you're able to enjoy them. And the Bombers are glad you're watching. Hines with it as Addie Orr had her 4th three-pointer, and it's tied at 27. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Kylie Robinson has just been, they are doing a box and one again. We saw this the other day, last weekend, and they did it in the third quarter of that game as well. That was when the Bombers were able to extend the lead. Other players stepped up, and they were able to get some buckets. Creasy for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound tipped out by Stortzum. And it's going to be, I thought it was off Stortzum, but they said it was off the Blue Bullets, so it will stay with Macomb. 2:36 to go. Up top it comes to Creasy. It is Lexi Harshbarger following Kylie Robinson around everywhere she goes. And Allensworth was the player that stepped up for the Bombers last week, and she does it again right here. Allensworth gets the bucket, and the Bombers back up for 2. And then a steal. Creasy got the steal and got knocked down on a shot attempt, but couldn't. And now she's going to get another steal off the hands of Jordan Hines. And the Bombers have the lead in the basketball. Hines has her three-pointer blocked. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Bullets. Lexi Harshbarger. No, Hilgenberg got the block on the three-point attempts. 2:02, or make it 2:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Knoxville has the basketball. Ooh, that was a travel. She ran before she dribbled, but no call. Lexi Harshbarger goes down to Natalie Harshbarger, wide open. She misses an easy bucket. Hilgenberg misses the putback, and then she's going to get called for the foul. And the coaching staff for Knoxville maybe understandably upset as Dean Axel all over the official on that call. And I can't say that I really blame him, because it looked like Hilgenberg got fouled on the shot attempt, and then it was a relatively touch foul that got her the foul on the way back. Hilgenberg is going to pick up her 3rd foul, and it'll be Bomber basketball, chance to build on a 2-point lead. Both teams have 2 fouls here in the third quarter. Wilson back in the game for the Bombers. Hilgenberg, Orr, Cowman, Rask, and Lexi Harshbarger in the game for the Blue Bullets as the Bombers turn the basketball over. 1:25 to go in the third quarter. Inbound to Lexi Harshbarger. They stop basketball. Orr for 3. Can she get another one? That one's not on target. Hines with a rebound. Bombers with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Robinson picked up by Rask. She'll put the shot up. It's good for Kylie Robinson. She's got 9 points. Now a steal by Allensworth. She's going to push it back the other way. Comes across, but a little too high and hot for Jordan Hines. Throws it away. Possession back to the Blue Bullets with 53.6 seconds remaining. Rask with it. Over to Lexi Harshbarger for 3. That one's hard off back iron, no good. Robinson with a rebound. A 2-on-2, make it a 3-on-2. Kylie Robinson goes to the rack. She's going to be fouled. Is that Hilgenberg? If that's Hilgenberg, that'll be her 4th. The one before it must not have been on Hilgenberg. I must have missed who that was on. It's the team's 3rd. I'll look through the scoreboard here and see. Natalie Harshbarger checking back in. Harshbarger's got 1 foul, so that's who that foul was. It wasn't Hilgenberg, it was Harshbarger. 2 free throws. Both of them good for Kylie Robinson. She's in double figures now with 11. More trouble. Hines is just so good on the point of that press. Man, she has given that Knoxville Blue Bullet squad so much trouble. Now Robinson, she'll put the shot up. Foul on the floor. This will be team foul number 4. Going to wait and see who that was charged on. He held up number 11. There's no number 11 out there. That's what the question is. Now he's going to go look for some help. 15. Lexi Harshbarger picks up her 3rd. Drew Creasy checks in. Haley Emmerich checks out for the Bombers. 24.3 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 33-27. Bombers with a 6-point lead. It was tied at 27. This has been a game of short runs. Bombers have led by as many as 10. It was tied last at 27. The Blue Bullets led 21-20 after the first basket of the third quarter. Robinson going to come to Hines. Got to throw it up. She does. It's off, no good. And that's how the third quarter is going to come to an end. And we'll take a break and be back for the final 8 minutes here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Knoxville Blue Bullets making this one interesting. I think a lot of people kind of had punched the ticket for the Bombers to go to the semifinal round of the regional competition against Canton, but the Knoxville Blue Bullets have had a little something to say about it. They tied it at 27 last check, but it's been a 6-0 run for the Bombers since then. The winner of this game, as you might have heard Jake Croxton say, plays Canton at 6 p.m. on Monday. That's where we'll be. We'll have a crew here for TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, bringing Bomber sports to TSSR. So the Bombers won the jump. Every other jump, quote unquote, to start a quarter, possession arrow has been with Knoxville. Down low, Hilgenberg puts it up and in. It rattled around and fell through. Hilgenberg gets another 2. Bombers leads cut to 4. Hilgenberg has 8 points. Hines with it. 7:30 remaining in the basketball game. Fourth quarter action. I don't think I put it fourth quarter. There we go. Now I did. Creasy with it. Puts it up and in. Drew Creasy answers with her first non-3-point bucket. She's got a 2, a 3, and 1 field goal, or 1 free throw for 6 points. She's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. 7:05 remaining in the basketball game. Bombers' lead is back to 6 at 35-29. Bombers student section holding a defense sign up. I think Sophie Wilson is going to pick up the foul. And she is saying, "Are you crazy me?" Actually, Jordan Hines is going to pick up the foul. Both of Jordan Hines' fouls, I thought, should have gone to Sophie Wilson, or I thought they were looking at Sophie Wilson, and they give them to Jordan Hines. First free throw by Addie Orr. Off, no good. She made one and missed one last time. She made one and missed one this time. She's got 2 free throws. She's 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. It's a 5-point game. As we work through quarter number 4, 6:43 remaining in the quarter. And a kick ball out of bounds off the foot of Lexi Harshberger. Kylie Robinson in the basketball game with the basketball. See if they're doing the box and one still. I know that Natalie Harshberger is following. And a shot by Hines is no good. As the box and one more effective today, in large part because the rest of the Bombers are not taking advantage of it as they did in last week's matchup. Be interesting to talk to Coach Kane after this. 3 on the way by Lexi Harshberger, off no good. Hilgenberg tips that away from a much shorter Kylie Robinson. She stayed off over that time and got the tip back. 6 minutes remaining. Blue Bolts with the basketball, and Robinson's going to pick up the foul. Kylie Robinson picks up her 3rd foul, team 2nd. Jordan Hines goes out. Haley Emmerich checks in for the Bombers. 5:58 remaining in the basketball game. Natalie Harshberger gives it over to Lexi. She's going to drive all the way around and get the layup to fall around Haley Emmerich. Lexi Harshberger gets her first 2-point field goal. She is 4 of 6 from the free throw line, has a 3 and a 2. That adds up to 9. That's what the scoreboard says. Robinson drives baseline, and she's going to throw it off of a Knoxville Blue Bullet out of bounds. I believe it was Kalman she threw it off of. Timeout on the floor, charged to Knoxville. It's a 30-second timeout. Each team has 3 timeouts remaining after that. Bombers have a 30 and 2 fulls. Knoxville has 2 full timeouts as they took their 30 there, or has 3 full timeouts, excuse me. They've taken both of their 30 timeouts, I do believe. So it's 35-32. Bomber have the basketball and a 3-point lead. As I said most recently, it was tied at 27. Knoxville's only lead came at 21-22 after the first basket of the second half, got them a 21-22 lead. But the Bombers came back, most recently tied at 27. Bombers opened it up to a 6-point lead. It's kind of stayed in that area, but now a little run again as Emmerich goes to the rack and leaves it hard off the glass. Can't get it to finish. Or with it. Now she goes to Lexi Harshberger. Natalie with it down the far side. She had it tipped away. 5:15 remaining. And Emmerich's going to pick up her 4th foul. Her 4th, team 3rd. No fouls for Knoxville yet. Treble getting it in. Man, that's a long 5 seconds. Bombers good defense getting the inbound, and it was good defense, but there wasn't a whole lot of movement either from Knoxville, which made the defense a whole lot easier for the Bombers. 5:10 remaining. Stortzum to Creasy to Emmerich. 5 minutes remaining in the basketball game. Bombers have the basketball and their 3-point lead. Now Emmerich with it. Back to Creasy. Robinson to Emmerich. Back to Allensworth. Free throw line jumper off, no good. And a chance to tie or cut it to 1. Lexi Harshberger gives it to Addie Orr. Orr to Natalie Harshberger. Then to Lexi. 4:28 remaining. Now back to Natalie. And a pass tipped away by Allensworth, picked up by Robinson, lost, then picked back up by Allensworth finally. Kylie Robinson, baseline runner, shot off, no good. And ooh, Robinson got fouled and fell into the back of Natalie Harshberger, who went down hard. Harshberger's the one that fell down. Natalie Harshberger's first foul, team's first. Robinson hits the first one. And the second. 36-30, or 37-32, excuse me. Or with it as we approach the halfway point of the final quarter. 4 minutes remaining. 4 down, 4 to go here. And that ball was thrown all the way through, and I don't think anybody touched it. One of the officials from up top say a Bomber touched it. Stortsom's touching, saying I did touch it. And I was going to say, I don't know how that ball made it through the lane like that with nobody touching it. 2 Knoxville Blue Bullets were close to it. Oh, and a little give-and-go fake. And Lexi Harshberger gets another bucket. And that was I'm going to hand it off, no, I'm not kind of fake right there. And it ends up being a 3-point game afterwards. Robinson to the rack, has it blocked. Kalman with the rebound. And a chance to tie or cut it to 1 again. Lexi Harshberger over to Kalman, now to Natalie Harshberger. 3:30 remaining. Driving again. Or for 3, she got hammered. How is that after the shot? How is that after the shot? That contact happened immediately. Jiminy Christmas. Who was the foul? Bombers get their 4th foul already. Blue Bolts will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Stortsom gets her 4th foul, or 3rd foul, excuse me. Kalman with it, down low. Into Kalman. Emmerich tried to draw the charge on Lexi Ashcraft. She missed, or Lexi Harshberger, excuse me. She missed Robinson for 3. That shot bounces high off the glass. No good. It's out of bounds off Hilgenberg as she got around Allensworth, who was trying to grab the rebound. And a timeout on the floor going to be charged to Knoxville. It'll be 2 timeouts remaining for them. We'll take a break as well. And we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Here. Well, never mind. They gave Macomb a 32nd timeout, I guess. They not real sure how that happened. So we'll give the timeout back to Knoxville. Take a timeout away from Macomb. I think. I don't know. So Macomb will have 2 timeouts remaining. Knoxville will have 3 as we come back here as the Bombers have the basketball and a 3-point lead. 2:42 to go in the basketball game. Robinson nearly lost it. Emmerich saves it in. Creasy for 3, top of the key. It's good! Drew Creasy, a Sports Corner 3. She gets her 2nd triple. She has got 9 points. 2:25 remaining. 2:15 remaining now. And Knoxville, that ball's tipped away. It goes into the hands of Stortzum. She pushes it back the other way. She has it stripped away, picked up by Kalman. That's one of the times where you need to slow things down. You don't have to. Timeout onto the floor, charged to Knoxville. It's a 30-second timeout. So now everybody's down to 2 timeouts. As a trap was coming there, and the worst spot, one of the worst spots to be trapped is the half-court line and the sideline, along with 2 people, and that's where Lexi Harshbarger was trapped. Jordan Hines checks in for the Bombers. Bombers lead by 6 after the 3-point shot by Drew Creasy. A sports corner 3 for Drew Creasy. She's got 2 of them today. And the Bombers lead by 6 with 1:59 to go after the timeout here. Again, trouble getting the ball in bounds. They finally do. Kalman was spinning those feet around and moving them a little bit. I was half waiting for a traveling to get called. Lexi Harshbarger, what a cut without the basketball for Lexi Harshbarger. It's a 4-point game. 1:33 remaining. Here's the thing, though, folks. Knoxville only has 1 foul. They have got to foul 3 times before they can get the Bombers even to shoot any free throws. You need to be much more physical at this point. Why are you not up in their face? If you get a foul, you get a foul. 1:15 remaining. You got to get up there. And Natalie Harshbarger is going to pick up the foul. Her 3rd. Just the team's 2nd. Now you got to be up in the grills. You can't let anything be easy here if you're Knoxville. If you get the foul, you get the foul. There's only 1:13 remaining. Can't let it be that easy. You cannot let it be that easy. It's approaching a minute. They're down by 4. Wilson with it, nearly had it stolen away. Emmerich now, 58 seconds, and a foul's going to be called on Natalie Harshbarger. Her 4th. They've got her for 3. I got her for 4. Still got a foul to give. 45 seconds left. Emmerich, 41 seconds, and Harshbarger is going to get her 4th now. Now there's going to be free throws coming for both teams the rest of the way. Full timeout charged to Knoxville. Knoxville will be down to 1 timeout remaining after that. 50 seconds left in the timeout. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. The Kate Stortzum checks back in for the Bombers. So it's Stortzum, Creasy, Wilson, Allensworth, and Robinson on the floor for the Bombers. It's both Harshbargers or Kalman and Hilgenberg, the starters, on for Knoxville. 35 seconds left. They're down by 2 possessions. They got to get the ball back here. I can't believe they're taking this much time to foul. Hilgenberg tries to foul Wilson, and now Orr will foul Wilson. That's going to be Addie Orr's 2nd foul, team's 5th. And Sophie Wilson is going to be at the free throw line, shooting 2 free throws. Sophie Wilson has not shot any free throws yet in this one. First one is off, no good. Jordan Hines and Haley Emmerich set to check back in. Second free throw is good by Wilson. Hits the second one. Makes it a 5-point game, 41-36. We'll get it into Cowman. 24 seconds, 23 seconds. Lexi Harshbarger. Two possessions. They're not even going to get one shot off. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. Harshbarger. Shot off, no good. Cowman going to get the shot up. It's in and out, no good. 3 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds, no second. Bombers win 41-36 in a game that was not managed well by Knoxville down the stretch. Addie Orr had. We'll play a couple commercials. We'll be back with some final stats and Coach Kane after this.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Unofficial statistical leaders in this one. 11 points to lead the Bombers for Kylie Robinson. She was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Kate Stortzum had 7 points, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Drew Creasy had 9 points, couple threes, a 2, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points for Haley Emmerich, 2 points for Madeline McClure, 1 point on 1 of 2 free throw shooting for Sophie Wilson, 2 points for Jordan Hines, 3 points and 1 of 2 free throw shooting for Kennedy Allensworth, and 0 of 2 free throw shooting, no points for Aaliyah Abernathy. Bombers finished 7 of 14 from the charity stripe. Game high 14 points for Addie Orr on the strength of 4 3-pointers. She was also 2 of 4 from the free throw line for her 14 points. Lexi Harshbarger had 13 points. She was 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. Madison Hilgenberg had 8. 1 point for Natalie Harshbarger. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. No points, and 0 of 2 from the free throw line for Carson Cowman. They were 6 of 14 from the charity stripe, were the Knoxville Blue Bullets. So final score, 41-36. as the Bombers get the win, and they will win the opportunity to play Canton, the number 2 seed in the sectional complex. The subsectional complex, the number 1 seed in this regional. Monmouth Roseville, who the Bombers beat a couple weeks ago, will play the winner of Rock Ridge and Mercer County, who play later tonight. That game's scheduled to start at 6 p.m. So the Bombers get the win, 41-36, the final score. We'll wait for Coach Jackson Kane to come up and talk to us for just a couple minutes. I want to say thank you for everybody that was watching before. Hopefully you stick around to hear what Coach Kane has to say. We'll take a break, and we'll be back again in just a few minutes.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as the Bombers get a win, but not the way they probably wanted it. It was way closer than last Saturday's game. I'm Dwayne Hulett and got Coach Jackson Kane alongside. And Coach, a few things I want to point out that I saw during the game today, but last week in the third quarter when Knoxville went to the box and won on Kylie, you guys blew the game open because other players were able to hit shots. That did not happen today.
Yeah, credit to Knoxville. They came in here with a really good plan to neutralize Kylie. I thought they did a really good job. I don't know what she ended up with point-wise.
Team high 11, but that's low for her.
Yeah, credit to them. Really good plan by Coach. A little too close for comfort, like you said, but you know, doesn't have to be pretty right now.
Right, you just gotta win, right? Doesn't matter how you do it.
That's right. That's what
I told them. You guys struggled a little early. And I felt like Jordan Hines on the point of your press was phenomenal today.
She's been phenomenal there all season, to be honest with you. She just
jumped out at me for whatever reason today.
So spry and energetic and athletic, and you know she has barely scratched the surface as far as her potential goes. But yeah, that's a good point by you as far as the point of our press. She makes things happen, gets deflections, gets steals, and puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
Kennedy Allensworth didn't score as much today as she did in your win last week, but she, for whatever reason, she matches up and plays really well against Knoxville.
Yeah, most definitely. She came in, with a different energy today, ready to go, and came off the bench and really gave us a spark, and that's why we rolled with her, to start the second half. And kudos to her on her effort, and I thought she did a phenomenal job. Everybody that got on the floor today did a phenomenal job. Our bench was very energetic. We had the clapping going. The crowd was getting into it. So, yeah, like I said, not pretty, but doesn't have to be right now.
Addie Orr hit a couple threes, number 5 for them. Hit 3 threes in the first half, but 2 of them are shots that you shouldn't make unless you have your home rim giving you your home touch. I mean, they bounced off the rim way up off the backboard and then fell back through. You have to be sitting on the bench or on the sideline going, what the heck is going on right now?
That's basketball, though. She hit some shots, so kudos to her. I told them that at halftime. They're hitting some shots that I haven't normally seen them make on film, and we got to live with it, adjust. And then we started, playing her, giving her a little bit more attention, number 5, and we did a good job of, neutralizing that down the stretch. And, like you said, I mean, some of those got some very friendly bounces, but we were able to overcome it.
One play that they used several times in the second half to either get back into a game or continue a little bit of a run was Ashcraft circling off the top, and she got Emmerich on a couple fouls on that as she came down the lane. That's something that I think you with the undersized, you see a bigger guard trying to take your players to the hole quite a bit.
Yeah, they kept getting that back screen on the backside, whether it was in the half court or sideline out of bounds. They kept running that play, and for whatever reason, we weren't communicating it. And I kept screaming, "Hey, back screen, back screen, back screen!" Finally, there with about 3 or 4 minutes left, they ran it. Drew Creasy's girl set the screen. She switched it perfect. They tried forcing it in there. We got a hand on it. It led to a fast break. So just little things like that are, they make all the difference in the world at this time of year. So
this matchup, did it make it harder because you did beat them somewhat handily last week? Did it make it harder today to maybe even for the girls, whether they knew it or not, to really stay focused and be ready for today?
Hopefully not. I reiterated before the game, do not be complacent. Don't take this team lightly. They're going to come ready for us. Last Saturday it was a 3-point game at halftime, and they kept it pretty tight there till the fourth quarter as well last week. So I told them, don't take them lightly, and I don't think we did take them lightly. I just think Knoxville came in with a good plan, and I didn't do a good enough job of countering that plan. So I gotta really take a look at it and hopefully shore some things up for Monday.
Well, I know that at the Downtown Athletic Club, you mentioned that you wanted to get this win today so you get another chance at Canton, because you could watch that game on TSSR, and Canton handled you guys pretty easily earlier in the year. But as you pointed out, this is not the same Macomb team that Canton played earlier in the year. But on the other hand, I doubt that Canton's the same team you played early in the year either.
Yeah, Canton's tough, obviously. They've got size, they've got speed, they've got a player for literally any situation, so they're going to be a really tough matchup for us. Team-wise, they got a lot of speed. They like to get up and down. And then we found out the hard way that they can shoot the ball really well. I think they were up 44-15 on us. And at halftime of that game, I told our girls, like, that's not us. We're used to giving up 44 in a game, let alone a half. We responded really well by outscoring them 23-16 in the second half of that game. So that's something we can hang our hat on and hopefully take some things and apply them to Monday and hopefully get a different result.
Yeah, I know that you talked at one point that you wanted to be a few games over 500 going into the postseason. I think you made it there. And do you think you're where you wanted to be heading into this, what is now an opening round regional win, and then heading into the semifinal round?
I think we're peaking at the right time. I think that's a thing we've done a really good job of these first 3 years that I've been here working with these girls. As far as expectations go, I think we let a couple early games slip this year. We could easily be a 20-win team, but that doesn't matter at this point. I mean, if we come out on Monday, give Canton our best shot, maybe win, and we get to a regional final game, that's a big success in my book.
Well, and then, you look at that. You guys went to Monroe's, right?
Yeah.
And got a win.
Yeah.
So, it takes one upset, and then the numbers say upset, but your scorebook says that championship game, if Monroe's was to beat whoever they play, that's you guys have an advantage, right? No matter what the seedings say.
Yeah, so today in Aledo, I think it's Mercer County, Rock Ridge.
Yep.
Winner of that gets Monmouth-Roseville. Monmouth-Roseville, obviously the favorite there, but as we saw today, can't base it off the favorites. That's why we play the games. So you just don't know who's going to come out on that other side. But yeah, we've shown up here the last 3-4 weeks, since Beardstown, and I think we've won 9 of our last 11 or something like that, and I'm not surprised. I knew that this group had that it factor. We can guard people. It just comes down to making some shots for us, so.
And keeping the other team from making some themselves, right?
Yes, and those friendly rolls going the other way versus dropping in.
Haley Emmerich was the anti-beneficiary of that. She had some good looks, and normally she would make, and there was like a cap on a basket for that poor girl today.
Yeah, Haley, she's not known for her scoring ability. She does a lot of the dirty work for us, taking charges, diving on the floor, defending, face guarding other people's really good shooters and players. But yeah, you could tell
makes open shots.
Yeah, you could tell that her and Kennedy really did not want to let this one slip, and they kind of powered us over the top today with their energy and effort.
Well, Coach, I'll let you get out of here. Thanks for coming to talk to us. Appreciate it. Congratulations on a regional win.
Thank you.
And,
appreciate it.
We'll see you on Monday night.
Sounds good. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Well, that'll do it from Macomb High School. Bombers get a 41-36 win. They advance for the opportunity to play Canton Monday night right here, 6 p.m. at Macomb High School. You'll be able to watch it here on TSSR Game Time Live as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports each and every game to TSSR Game Time Live. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again very soon. See you.